What's up everyone? It's your boy here, J-Man Moto24, coming back at you with yet another video. And today, cheers bud! And today, just going to be doing like a little bit of a, I guess like a ramble, well not a ramble, I guess it is like a ramble as to why I got a DRZ400SM. And yeah, I'll tell you guys that, because they're fun bikes. And you can do shit like that. Nah, to be fair, I got a DRZ400SM because, well, being 6'1", 6'2", I'm one of them too. It sounds pretty bad, I don't know my height, but yeah, I'm either 6'1" or 6'2", I'm somewhere around there, and there's very few bikes that I fit on. There are very few bikes that I fit on and feel comfortable on. I mean, yeah, people might say, oh, why didn't you get like a sport bike? Like a friend of mine says, who shan't go by any names, but when he sees this video, he'll know exactly who he is. But he says, oh, you should get a sport bike, man. Like, crosser bikes are shit. No, crosser bikes are not shit. They're good for me because they're tall, they're powerful, they got that brap. They got that brap. And just, you know, single cylinder, you know, you can't go wrong with with a single cylinder engine. That's so torquey. Like 40 bhp as well on the DRZ. Well, that's what mine is, because mine's been on the dyno run and whatnot, because of, like I said in my previous video, of all the mods I've done to her, I'm racking up about 40 bhp. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, either 39 or 40 bhp. So, you know, fun bikes and whatnot. But that's not the only reason I got these bikes. It's because, like, the only bikes I've really ridden, like, since I started riding, has always been, like, off-road bikes and quad bikes, and, you know, like, I'm pretty much used to dirt bikes. Like, it seems these are all I've ever ridden. This is all I feel comfortable on. I'm not saying that sport bikes aren't comfortable. I mean, sport bikes, you know, you got the power, you got the top end speed, whereas on these you don't have the top end speed, but you got the bottom end speed. Like, don't get me wrong, sport bikes are fun, and I love the power, like, just the speed overall is just so fun. But for me, when I'm like this, like lenched over my tank on a sport bike, because of my height, it's not exactly very comfortable for me. So that's one reason why I got a DRZ400SM. And well, again, well, I guess that's not, well, that's a reason why I got this bike. And also the fact, it seems I live here in Great Britain, DRZs are extremely rare and hard to come by these days. Like, you know, they pop up every now and then on eBay, like there'll be a few of them, and then, like, I don't know, 3 weeks later, bam, all gone. Because people like these bikes, you know, they're great bikes for off-roading, doing wheelies and stupid stuff. Well, I'd rather use the word I want to use, stupid shit. You know, they're great for doing stupid shit. They're great for off-roading, they're great for, you know, exploring. You know, this bike can just do everything. This bike does everything and more, except the top end speed. I mean, yeah, you can change its gearing, but like I said, I've changed my gearing so all my power's bottom end, so easier for wheelies and whatnot, as you just saw when I went up that hill. Like, that hill is actually great for wheelies. But I'm still in the midst of teaching myself and whatnot to carry the wheelie for longer and longer. So yeah, but anyway, like, that's going off topic. Even though DRZs are related with wheelies and whatnot. But yeah, like, another reason I got this bike is just because, well, like I said, because I'm so used to riding dirt bikes and off-road vehicles in general, like, sitting on a dirt bike is pretty much like sitting on a 2x4. See, that's it there, not much of it. You know, so I pretty much, because I've been riding these bikes pretty much my whole life, like, my arse crack has pretty much moulded into like a perfect gap for a 2x4 plank. Like realistically it has. Like my arse crack is like a perfect slot for a 2x4 plank. So that's why I fit on these bikes perfectly. And also like another thing I chose this DRZ is because, well, I mean, yeah, I could have gone for like a WR250X or a WR250R or a TTR250, or I could have like gone like some people have and like got a WR250F or a WR450F, which I did own a WR450F once as a street bike, but I actually traded it in for this bike just because, well, the whole high maintenance of it, you know, and it was barely street legal anyway. It had like a license plate and that was it. Oh yeah, and its headlight as well, and its little tail light at the back, but that was it. Because the tail light was, it was one of the older models, a 2009 model, which I actually bought from a friend of mine. So, and he didn't want it anymore because he was buying a CRF450X and making that street legal. So I bought his WR off of him, rode that for a bit, and then just, it wasn't the bike I originally wanted, but it was just to get me around and whatnot. And then like once I found this DRZ, which didn't look like this when I bought her, she was very much stock and looked very different. Again, like I said, with the massive whole what do you call it, rear brake light being like that big. So you know, and like that horrible little sandwich bag on the back and whatnot. So yeah, I got a DRZ just because this is actually the dream bike I wanted. I mean, yeah, in future I would like a, I don't know, 690 or 701. But you know, that's a topic for another day, not today. So I think I've gone off topic as to why I got this bike anyway. But yeah, anyway, this bike I've actually wanted for like bloody years, just because of what it is and whatnot. Jesus Christ, that's a big piece of machinery. But anyway, like I got this bike just because of like the whole style of the bike, the look of the bike. It basically is a street legal enduro, like I've said in my review, and I think I might have mentioned it in my mods video. Like it basically is a street legal enduro, just with a more tuned down engine. But because of all the mods I've done to this bike, I've turned it back into a high tuned engine, so it is more like a competition engine, except no blowing up, which is amazing. So yeah, and then like another reason I got the DRZ400SM is because like it's upright, again ties into the whole dirt bike thing, and also just you know, it's just a DRZ, you know. Why not? But I mean, yeah, I could have chose like other bikes, like I don't know, like a Kawasaki Ninja 300, yeah, being a sport bike and whatnot, or like a Harley thing or chopper thing. But like I said, I'm just not used to those bikes because, like, again, for me, sport bikes aren't comfortable. For me, that's for me, you know, because of my height. I mean, for some people, you know, everybody's different, you know. Other people might fit onto a sport bike perfectly fine, and they might be 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", you know, my height, and they might fit onto them perfectly. But for me, just because this is all I'm used to riding is dirt bikes, you know, like, this is pretty much what I feel most comfortable on. And then yeah, there's like Harleys and, and mopeds. I mean, I did have a moped when I was 16, but I don't really want like a 500cc moped or a 550cc moped, like whatever cc they are, or like a Harley or cruiser type chopper thing, just because, well, no offense to the Harley riders or the chopper riders or cruiser riders, it's just sitting on those bikes, it's like sitting on a couch. In my opinion, it's like sitting on a couch but with handlebars. Yeah, comfortable, but just not my type of thing, you know. Like, just not what I want to ride. I don't really want to be like banana. So you know, that's not what I feel comfortable on anyway. So like handlebars halfway up in bloody air, like being up here and whatnot. But you know, other than that, I know this video probably hasn't really said much about why I got this bike, or why I've only given like very few reasons. But other than that, like, yeah, just the whole reason I got this bike is, yeah, pretty much because pretty much grown up on these sorts of bikes, you know, single cylinder power, like, gotta love that 2x4 plank that you sit on, and then, like, just the whole being a hooligan and whatnot, and taking her off-roading and whatnot. And yeah. And also just because of like the look of the bike, you know, again, just like why I like dirt bikes and whatnot. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much why. Like, you know, do anything with this bike, and this bike handles it perfectly fine. So yeah. Sorry if I've gone a bit off topic, guys, like every now and then, but that's just the sort of guy I am. I'll ramble about something and then like I'll go off topic onto something else. You know, that's just me. You guys will probably notice that in my previous videos, and that's something that will just like always be in my videos. I'll always just go off topic somehow, but yeah. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as it helps me out a great deal. And yeah, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and have an awesome day, and don't forget to ride safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.